Welcome back, everybody. How things going? Welcome back to Husbandry Pro YouTube channel. Thank you for joining us tonight. So I'm Alvaro with Clovers Reptiles. Like I said, thanks again for joining. So today we're gonna do it's gonna be a quick one because we're gonna go over quick activities. So if you guys are interested more on Husbandry Pro and how to use it, make sure you guys watch the previous episodes. There's been already a good amount of um, what's called knowledge being imparted by the other what's it called partners, by um, the programmers of Husbandry Pro and all that stuff. So make sure you guys rewatch the previous episodes and keep tuned to stuff that's going to come up. Make sure you guys like, subscribe to the channel, and if you guys have any questions about the topic tonight, which is going to be quick activities, or if you guys have any other questions with other activities or features of Husbandry Pro, go ahead and drop down in the comments below, and we'll get to them. So, real quick, um, you know, like I said, this could be a quick one. So let's take a look at what we're going to go through. And what's going on, Alicia, Harp and Harbins, another Husbandry Pro partner. So we're definitely got to get them. They were on the last, we did the group, what's it called? Live, where Rob and Zach and Billy announced a couple of the new updates. So Husbandry Pro, Husbandry Next is in the works and should be live within the next couple. I think he said 2-3 months. So I'm really excited for that because I've been working on using the original platform, and the original platform is still going to be available as it starts transition to the other one. If I'm not wrong, they said that it's always going to be available if you like the classic view, or you can go to next. But once the next is released, it's not gonna have all the features that Husbandry Pro um, Classic, I would call it, has right now. But so it's gonna be a transition phase where you might have to go back to the original, the classic version, and use the Husbandry Pro Next. But what's gonna happen with the Husbandry Pro Next is eventually it's gonna have all the features. Anything that has been updated on the classic is going to also be on Husbandry Pro Next. So that's going to be really cool. And there's going to be zero lag time when there's updates, so they need to add or fix something. It's going to be seconds. So I'm really looking forward to that. Even though Husbandry Pro, the team is so good at fixing bugs real fast, and that's another great part of it being a small owned company, and why it is a monthly membership or yearly membership. You get a discount if you pay it the year up front, because they do have on site, not on site staff, but they do have staff that is programmed and is updating, is fixing stuff as it goes. There's some other programs that you pay once, but you get what you get. And if there's a bug or is there something like that bug probably doesn't get fixed for months or maybe even years until they release a new update. But Husbandry Pro, it isn't. And the quick activities is something not really new, but it was something that was added, after the classic was released. So if you guys are in here, drop a comment, say hi, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Um, make sure you subscribe to my channel on YouTube. And if you are new and maybe are on the fence about trying Husbandry Pro today, use Clover 60 to do it. 60-day free trial. Try it out, play around with it, and see if you like it. And no credit card is asked for when you sign up. It's just your email, your information, and you can start using it for 60 days free. And then once you're 60 days free, I'm like 99.9% sure that you're going to sign up for the year, because that's how I did. I did the quick trial. I think it lasted maybe a week. And I was like, okay, I need a full, I'm going to do the whole year. And I haven't looked back. So let's start sharing with you guys this view so we can, let's see, window. Here we go. So this is what we're going to be working with today. Is going to be the Husbandry Pro. Um, so animals. Here we have quick activities, and really easy to read. Um, like most Husbandry Pro features and windows that you go through, there's a cogwheel here, which you can do page settings. So let's take a quick look at that. So quick activities, we have um, cleaned. You can, change it or update it. So that's cleaned. This is fed. You can, another thing about Husbandry Pro where some people might get overwhelmed at the beginning is because everything's so customizable to your exact needs and your likes and wants, where you can spend excuse me, you can spend months, probably weeks, I would say, updating, customizing. And one thing I've learned, even to this day, and as they're releasing new features and updating the current features, I have to go back in there and maybe change it up a little bit when they release a feature, or learn how to use it or customize it to my specific needs. Because, you know, not everybody does the exact same way. Different, you have different, what's it called, procedures on, either feeding, cleaning, watering, weights, all that stuff. Um, so, you can go in here and update the activity. So, that's a vacuum. Let's say we want to update the activity to, um, let's see, what we're going to do here. Do the shed. So this activity is going to be shed, and we'll change the icon too. All right, we're going to change it to alien monster here. There we go. So that's going to be the icon for shed. This is clean as a vacuum. This is water change, and weight. Let's change cleaned to a different, um, let's do fed. And give me a second here. Oh, look at that. Rabbit. Boom. So we have there some there. Submit. And the quick icons are here. What's going on, Small Town Exotics? Thanks for joining in today. Another partner of Husbandry Pro here supporting. Like I said, he has done a couple of the episodes as well. So go ahead and check, go back and rewatch him after this or tomorrow. When you guys have some time, you guys will learn a lot, because, like I said, there is a lot of features, and even me using it for 2.5 years now. I go and rewatch these videos because different people use different ways, and maybe I can pick up a little, time saving feature or way that use the activities, and I implement into my stuff. So yeah, you know, so the cogwheel here changing, like I said, changes the page settings. You can disable animal selection, preview or not. Cancel that out. We have the the general filters where you can filter animals by sex. Racks. Let's go to hatchling racks. Hatching rack 1, and let's filter that. So now all my animals that are in hatchling rack 1 will show up here. You can as well, uh, filter it, organize it by number, in ascending or descending order. I like it in ascending because it's in order. If you use names, you have your names here, the animal type. If you use descriptors, I use descriptors for my animals that I have as a permanent collection. Um, None of the animals that I'm selling, I add descriptors to. And then weight, the what's it called? The feeding and the next feeding. So what they're feeding and the next time they fed and last fed. So they fed yesterday, and then the sex, the actual events. Now, before we get into the actual activities, I'm gonna show you guys another setting here too. So you go to table settings, and there's a couple different table settings that you can do. So as we were seeing those, the the checkbox, animal ID, all that stuff that we're seeing in that quick activities window, we can remove, add, change. So I could remove the checkbox. I can remove or add the animal ID, or I can move it next. You know, I can move them left or right as well. So animal weight, feed item, sex, last fed, and location. Let's add location. I didn't have that on, so let's add that. And then default order, do ascending by animal ID. So here you can either do by name, animal type, descriptor, all that stuff. We'll do animal ID ascending. I'm going to save table. We're going to go back. Okay, so now we have an additional column here, which is the location. So it tells you exactly every spot every animal's in. And I like that a lot. Um, so let's go back to the hatchling rack one. And all these are our 2024 hatchlings that we have. And like I guess, guys, if you have any questions, make sure to add it to the comment down below. And if you're looking to try the Husbandry Pro today, use Clover 60. So, all right, let's get to quick activities. So now, like I said, we have the hatching rack here. It's automatically already organized by ascending order through the animal ID. So either I can select everything here and do a bulk, what's it called, a bulk action, or I can do individuals. So, cleaned, you can do a bulk action cleaned. So let's actually do that. And since we are, let's go down to, and you get, I think it starts by 10 at a time, or 20 animals. Origin, uh, by default, it shows you 20 animals per page. So let's go to 200 animals. So show us everything in that rack. And then it's easy to just select everything there. So it selected every animal in that rack. I'm going to go hit submit. Hold on. Okay, nothing selected. I got to select. So we did yesterday. We also actually the cleaned. We cleaned the day before and fed yesterday. So that was Monday the 5th. So go and submit. I'll add, it was gonna log it today, but that's fine. Submit. You got notes here, or you can change the date. So we did Monday was cleaning day. So it's gonna log that every animal in that rack that you select, that I just selected, mass selected, got cleaned. Now here's another cool little little feature is you can submit directly here, or you can go and review every animal if you want and hit submit here. So if you're all the way at the bottom, you can do either. Boom. So now let's go take a look at that animal. Activities. So here I logged it. It was clean on the 5th and it was fed on the 6th. Now let's go to the next one. Same thing. So all these animals already logged in. It saves, you know, just as a record keeping. Look how many, like that was seconds that it took for me to be able to do that. So let's go back to quick activities. Filter again. And here's the cool thing, right? Hatch and rack 1. Instead of having to select, go through here, hatch and rack 1 or whatever it is, you can save your filters like everything else. We'll do hatchling rack 1. Save and apply. So whenever we'll deselect that. Whenever I come in here, if I want to hatch and rack 1, I just hit that and it automatically applies the filter. And you can go ahead and add any combos if you want the racks, if you want only the females in that rack. If you want, animals that, let's say, weigh 10 grams or more, you can filter that. Status, if they're active or not. Default is only going to show you animals that are active, but you can show animals that are inactive as well. If you keep multiple species in that either one rack, or if it's a shelf of what's it called, enclosures like cages, you can also do that. So that's another thing too. Like we have, Husbandry Pro has rack and cage view. So it doesn't only these activities and the Husbandry Pro is not specifically just to rack systems. You can do also caging. So that's another really cool. There's two different ways of keeping animals, either in a cage or in a rack, or glass enclosures, I would say. You can start grouping your animals if you want the animal that's, let's say feeding a specific type of animal, a feeder. You can select that as well. So feeder type, here we go. So let's say I have one or two animals that are feeding, what's it called, regular pinkies, no scent. So 74 animals show up with that feeder type. So let's remove the feeder type there. So now it should be 75. So I have one animal that's still on scent. Everything else is feeding unscented from this year. So we got that going on here. And again, we'll go and weekend. We already did one bulk cleaning activity. So now let's say I'm gonna go and guess what next week is, guys? It is so the National Breeders Expo at Daytona, Florida. So next year I will definitely be in here using this because what is it? Wednesday, I'll probably go and after the animals, I'll feed again. Probably Saturday or so. Once the animals have, pooped and urate and stuff like that, Wednesday, I'll go in here and I'll start adding weights to all these animals. So once I sell an animal, one of the hognose at Daytona, because we are going to be vending at Daytona. Husbandry Pro is going to be at Daytona as well, set up. So make sure if you guys are in Daytona and you guys are checking that out, go to the Husbandry Pro table and say hi and go pick up and you can go see some what's it called demos. Go ask them any questions that you guys have about it that maybe we didn't cover tonight or the previous videos. And as well, stop by our table if you guys are looking for some really cool hog nose. We're gonna have plenty of stuff from either prep price all the way to project breeding pricing stuff. So go check that out, and that'll be next week. The 16th Friday is vendor and VIP, um, what's it called, entry from I think 10 to 5. And then general admission is Saturday and Sunday. Um, yeah, I think 9 to 5 both days. You will have to double check on their website. But like I said, Husbandry Pro and myself will be there. So go stop by both our tables and check it out. So let's say I want to weigh this animal, and we're going to add here, just grab, put it on the scale. I'll have my scale right next to me, grab the animal, put it on the scale, and let's say it's 15 grams, right? But when I add any note, let's say drop feeder, drop fed feeder. So this animal only eats if you drop feed it. And then, so this is cool thing too. Like a lot of the activities, you can add notes, and it's just doesn't say specifically. You don't have to be specifically a note to the weight, but just maybe a note that, okay, I know this animal is a drop feeder and it's giving me a Husbandry Pro right now. It's just giving me the option to add a note that's going to be in the record. So I submit it, and now let's go check that animal out. Activities. So updated the weight, today's date, and also added that note there. So what's cool about that notes and activities, and you're telling me, oh, maybe it's um, you know, it takes too much time. I don't want to weigh all my animals, stuff like that. Why would you do that? I like it because when I know when I buy a hog nose and I want to offer this for our customers, and I'm pretty sure most of the all the partners that we have and people that use Husbandry Pro see the benefit of the extra features that you get and the extra record keeping that you get. And somebody buys this hog nose and asks me, how much does it weigh? I'm not gonna have a scale right there next to me be able to weigh it. So it weighs, it's gonna be in deli cup with the QR code. Scan it real quick, and they're gonna see. And most likely, the last activity is gonna be that weight. They're gonna see that weight. Um, they're easily be able to see the weight of the animal that was taken that Wednesday before Daytona. And then later on for reference of whoever bought it and they want to keep track, you can also send them all the activities that you've already logged for this animal through what's it called, through the export info sheet here. So for the the customer, the keeper that's having this animal, or the breeder, he can keep track and know where the animal's at. And for the breeder as well, let's say you saw this animal at 15 grams, and somebody comes back to you and says, this animal's only 10 grams now. um, you know it's hard once you're producing you know a significant amount, more than 10 animals, I would say. It's hard to start remembering everything, especially weights for specific animals. So here, there's no and ifs or buts about it. It's part of the record. So we're going to clear this out because I don't know the weight yet. So you can always update it and remove it. Go back to the previous page. So that brought me right back to the quick activities. Here's another really cool thing. So you see this little play button. So Husbandry Pro on their YouTube channel already has a quick tutorial about this quick activities when they first launched it. So if you want to go and get like a 5-10 minute refresher, go ahead and click this and check it out as well when you're using this. I do sometimes still to this day when I go and maybe I'm want to update something, or I'm thinking about customizing something or how to use a specific feature. I'll go and see if there's one of these play buttons and go check out the quick video. So water changes as well. Like I said, you can go individually. So when I'm doing the weight, input it, boom, save it, and then just move on to the next animal down the line. I wouldn't do weights as a bulk action, like select all, because every animal's, I mean, not every animal, but there's going to be differences between weights. Maybe these three animals might be you know, let's say, I mean, this animal's 46 grand, but he's not in the hatching rack. There you go. So let's say this animal's 12, 13, 12 already. So these animals might be around the same weight, or maybe not. Maybe this animal, for some reason, gained an extra couple grams and this animal didn't. So you got to individual to that. But water changes, the same as cleaning. You could do bulk actions or individuals there. Change the dates. Fed, same thing. You could do bulk action here. And here's a cool one about um, when you do a bulk feed. I mean, you do a quick activities feed. You hear update. We're going to update that to pinkies because I was already feeding these guys 2 day-old pinkies. So we're going to update this to a full-size pinky, quantity 1, and I hit the update. So you can change this stuff here, but if you don't hit the slider here to update it, it's not going to update the default feeder. But if you do, let's say 1 pinky every 5 days, we'll put today's date, submit. So this is the animal. Okay. Submit here. Now let's go check that animal and see what happened to the details. So it's telling you default feeder. Now it automatically changed the default feeder for you. Now it's a feed, a pinky every 5 days. You can also do like specific what's it called, days or intervals. So every 5 days, every 7 days, or if you want to do it every Monday. So again, let's go delete that. Back to previous pages. Now, when you go back to the previous page, you have to re-click the filter if you're using the filter. So that's another thing to keep in mind, to re-click that. Guys, if you guys are watching, have any questions, drop a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And, let's be interactive. Let's, ask me any questions. Because, like I said, this is going to be a quick one because it's not much here. It's quick activities, very specific activities that you can add. And it's just meant to be a time saver and, just move down the line when you're doing something, or to just have one click, or let's say, 3 clicks, right? Cleaned. So here, 1, 2, and submit. Right? 4 clicks, submit again. That's it. But you can also, bulk action, everything, refuse food, or you could do multiples. Let's say it's cleaned and they all refuse food, or you cleaned and water changed the same day. You could bulk action that as well too. And that day that we cleaned, we did clean the enclosure and did a water change. So we could have done that the previous, when I did the cleaned action, I could have done cleaned and water change. Let's see what else we have. So feedings, refuse food, sheds, so breeding copulations, any notes, pairings, cleaned, weight, defecations, urate, water changes we selected already, follicle development, skip feedings, or pictures. Let's clear this real quick. And then you can reset the filter there. So let's unselect. There we go. And as well, like, we'll go back to the hatch and rack. And you can select multiples all at once too. So let's say we select this animal and we put refuse food. You can clear it out, and it's going to clear out the selection and the actual action there. So what is it? So that's quick activities in a nutshell. Really quick, down and dirty, easy to do, quick to do. let's take a quick look. Since we have time stuff, let's take a quick look at this video, guys. Let me remove my audio here. So this video is a minute and 14, and and it's just a quick video on what's showing here. And as you see here, you know, it looks a little different from what we just looked at because this was the initial release of this. Same thing, feed, submit. Doesn't have the clear button. Like I said, there's multiple windows, multiple features to have these quick videos where you can get the very quick um, overview of what this feature does, and then you can come onto Husband Pro YouTube and go search that feature and see if we've covered with the partners, um, if we've covered those features, and you guys can go in depth of how we talked about updating the tables, changing the features here, right? Um, and using the filters and all that stuff. Guys, like I said, this is a really quick one. Um, if you guys have any questions, please add them to the um, comment down below now, and I can respond to you guys. If not, then we might close it out here in a few because quick activities. It was a quick one, not much to do, not much to too much more to go into depth. Um, you can easily select here too as well. Um, let me see. Unlike the other ones, some of the tables, if you select like off, not the animal ID, because if you select the animal ID, it's going to bring you to that animal specific page, and with the details, the activities, and everything. Some of the windows, like animal list, if you select like anywhere else, it will it will select it. Actually, let me see something here. Let's see. Let's see what that did. Hmm, that's interesting. I'm not sure. Disable animal selection preview. Okay, I know what it did. So it removed this from here. So when you disabled, it didn't show up um, with the animals you selected up here. So that's a pretty cool feature. I like it because you can go, let's say if I'm selecting this animal, select that animal. Once I'm ready to submit the action, I can go here and double check. Okay, these are the two animals I want to select. They refuse food. They didn't eat the last feeding. So there we go. Clear and clear again. Again, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. We're gonna cut it short tonight because it's a quick one. There's not too much in depth to go into. If you guys are rewatching the replay, make sure you guys subscribe, like, hit a comment down if I didn't cover maybe a specific question that you have about this. Comment down below, and one of the Husbandry Pro team members will get back to your response. If you want to try out Husbandry Pro for a 60-day free trial, use Clovers 60 to try it out. Um, and if you're going to be next weekend at Daytona, the National Breeders Expo in Daytona, make sure to stop by the Husbandry Pro table and go check that out as well. Stop by. Pretty sure Robert's going to be there. Zach's going to be there, and they're going to have you can get usually at these big shows they have a extra code to get some additional time to use on your Husbandry Pro trial. And if you have any questions about the program, pricing, or anything that might be coming up with Husbandry Pro, they're the two that you can ask the questions to, and they got answer on the spot. And then, like I said, we'll be vending Daytona as well. So stop by and check out some hognose, and we can also talk some Husbandry Pro while you guys stop by. So actually, we got 2 comments, and thanks, Alicia. And yeah, we'll see you next week in Daytona. Like again, really excited for Daytona. This is our first time vending Daytona. I've gone and helped a friend vend their tables, but this will be our first year vending. So really excited. Daytona is always cool because you see everybody from all over the country. Talk to I see a lot of cool hognose, for at least for myself, but a lot of other cool animals there. We'll see here. And if anybody doesn't have any more questions, have a great night. Make sure you guys subscribe, comment down below, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys on the next one.